This podcast is for fellow little sisters,
only children who wish they had a little sister, older siblings who miss their little sisters.
We're just your little sisters. Unhinged,
unpaid, unstoppable. Little sisters, big opinions. Let's go.
Hey everyone, this is Ashley,
Shelly, and Tori.
Welcome to the Little Sisters Big Opinions podcast.
Hello, everyone. So as we discussed last week, today we're going to be talking about words and phrases we hate.
I really hate when people say espresso instead of espresso. That is a pet peeve of mine. It's very clearly espresso. I don't know why people put the X in there. I also hate the word curd, like a cheese curd. It's just uncomfortable. Fester, that doesn't sit right with me. And cosplay. You might have heard that on the last episode. I just don't like it. We had some listeners send in dank, was very hated, underpants, and nest.
And for your personal words that you hated, like curd and cosplay, fester I get, espresso makes sense. But what is it about curd and cosplay?
Cosplay, I really don't know. Curd, I don't know.
My first word was potluck. I mean, it just doesn't make sense. I don't like it.
Pot of luck.
Yeah.
I would one day like to look at the definition, or like, not the definition, obviously, but the origin of where that came from.
And then it's funny because I've actually used this before, but I don't like when I use it. Foodie, like, oh, I'm a foodie. I don't know. I just don't like it. And then these actually all go along with food, which is weird, but I didn't realize till just now. Mukbang. Okay, the word itself isn't that bad, but the idea of mukbangs is just when people are eating the food and they're like, literally you're just watching them like dip way too much sauce and it's like dripping out of their mouths and they're eating it. Like, I don't know how people enjoy that.
What the heck is a mukbang?
You've never heard?
No.
Oh, let's
A mukbang?
explore the definition.
Yeah, let's look it up. Should I give my personal definition or should I wait?
Yeah.
Sure, you can give your
Okay.
personal.
I think it's just ordering a bunch of food from a place or cooking a bunch of food of one type and then just like going crazy and recording yourself eating all of it.
Ew.
You've never seen any.
You probably have.
Well, that guy eating chicken, he's like, ah.
So this is
Yes.
Is that a mukbang?
That's a whole nother thing. But that probably is a mukbang, yeah.
This is a mukbang. Is a live streamed video where a host eats large amounts of food while interacting with their audience.
Mm-hmm.
The term is a combination of the Korean words mukja, let's eat, and bang song, broadcast.
Oh.
Interesting.
A lot of times it's with seafood, too.
Oh.
I don't know if it's like a seafood boil. That's what it started as. So I don't know if that's still how it is, but people would literally put like bibs on and
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think I actually feel the reverse. I don't mind watching people eat the food, but I hate the word.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's funny.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've never heard the word.
Like if somebody is taking a crispy chicken tender and it looks so good, right? And then they're dipping it in a bunch of sauce and they're putting it in their mouth. And like if they just ate it neat, clean, whatever, I'd just skip and go about my day. But they're literally like pulverizing the food. It's just like dripping out of their mouths. I'm like,
chew.
oh my gosh,
That's a
yeah.
real part of it.
I do not want to see it.
I will say this. I think for some reason with specifically mukbangs, it's people taking too large of a bite of food. Like
Yes.
like recording themselves taking unnecessarily. All I'm thinking right now, for some reason right now, is like someone eating a burrito. And like half of that thing is like taken in one bite.
Yes, exactly.
Doing this.
A lot of
Just
people.
Google.
And I will report every single one of them.
But like if you look up on YouTube or something like mukbangs, tons of people.
No,
do that.
I can't handle the sound of chewing.
Oh, that's a big part of it.
Yeah. So good.
Yeah.
Keep your mukbang to yourself.
Okay, I have a couple more. Normalize, like when people say normalizing something, I feel like it's always just saying something that's already kind of normal. So using that term is kind of annoying to me. Yeah, that's all for now.
Some of these are more so phrases, and some of them aren't words at all. But first I have living the dream. Like when you ask someone, hey, how's it going? They're like, living the dream. I already know, hey, how's it going? Good is like so insincere. It's just a thing to say.
Yeah.
But whenever I hear living the dream, I'm just like, am I supposed to laugh every time you say that? And it's like the people who usually use it, they say it like every single time. And I'm just like, cool, okay. I just usually end up walking away. Then I have whistling, which this isn't this isn't whistling in general. This is a specific whistle. This is a specific whistle when like someone hears something unbelievable.
Like, phew.
Yeah, that's even
It's like,
I'm not gonna people do it, but I'm sure everyone. No, that's
why'd you just suck in air? That's
like-
how you whistle.
Yeah.
Michelle just
Shut up. That's how you whistle?
You're supposed to blow out.
yeah.
Oh, you did it. You blew out.
Yeah, when I was thinking about it.
The like I can't do it. But that's something different. The ones you guys were just doing.
No, but like,
This is like, oh, there was 20,000 people there. And people were like, yes, exactly. I'm just like, ew, I don't know. I hate it. A lot of people do it. If you do it, don't hate me. But I hate when what's coming. Like when someone says something, I'm just waiting for the whistlers to like,
Oh, wait for them to chime in.
yes. Another phrase, by the skin of your teeth, grosses me out. The pot calling the kettle black. I hate that one because it's so long. And I feel like most people use it when you're trying to like call someone out for being a hypocrite. And obviously that's what it means, but I feel like usually you're saying it to someone's face. And I feel like when you're trying to like call someone out, it should be like a quick quip, not like this long phrase.
The pot calling
Yeah.
the kettle black.
It's like, shut up.
yeah.
Can't keep the attention for that long if you're trying to roast someone.
Get on with it.
Yeah.
I feel like I have things that only I would do, and my sisters and the rest of my family always make fun of me for it. I will make up words and also make up like sayings and phrases. So one of those is the actual phrase is "you're a wet blanket," which just means like you're a Debbie Downer, like you're not fun, whatever. I for a long time was saying "you're a wet sandwich," and
That's worse.
right.
Yeah.
I feel like it still applies. Who wants a wet sandwich? No one wants a wet blanket, and no one wants a wet sandwich.
Yeah.
So I feel like I'm just going to keep saying that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like
I mean, it's like a soggy sandwich. Like your lettuce is
Yeah.
soggy. No one
I
wants
think
to.
that's more relatable. We've all
Yeah,
had a
it
wet
is.
sandwich.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then these were from some other listeners. One person hated when people assign inanimate objects genders. Like when you call like a boat, like, oh, she's a beauty. Like,
Oh my gosh, I feel like I do that for sure. He's a beaut.
and then someone hated the word bet when people use that, like saying like sure thing. They're like bet.
Yeah.
And then one other listener hated when people use the word literally when it literally means figuratively.
Definitely do that.
Yeah, I definitely do it too.
Yeah.
I try not to, but
I'm trying to think
It
of
is
an
what it is.
example of that.
I think most of the time when you're just talking about anything, really,
Yeah.
and people end the sentence with literally, it's
Oh.
just like,
Yeah.
it wasn't.
Yeah.
Okay, is that it for our words?
I mean, I could do a couple
Yeah,
more if we
Corey,
have
I feel like
time.
you were holding back.
Okay. Holding space. And then, okay, so I've seen this word a lot and I looked up what it meant. It's acme, like ACME. Have you guys ever seen that word before?
I've heard of it.
Like acme. So I just saw it being used a ton and I was just like, it just sounds like acne, but with an M instead. And then I was behind like a business truck the other day and their business name was like Acme something. And I was like, okay, this is getting out of hand. I can't stand this anymore. Because before it was like out of my face. But then it just basically says the highest point or stage of something, which like, that's okay, but I just can't stand the word. Like, don't put it in front of me.
Close to acne.
Can I
Yeah.
just jump in for a second?
Yeah.
You guys are showing your age.
For sure.
And even I'm a bit young for these cartoons, but anyone like I would say 30s and up, 35 and up.
Yeah.
Acme was a like fake company and like a lot like have you heard of like Roadrunner
Yeah.
and Wile E. Coyote?
No.
Okay, I've heard of it.
Yeah, they were like cartoons.
Yeah.
And there was like a fake company and it was called Acme.
Oh. Okay. Because so that's probably
Yeah.
what it was.
Like you've heard of Looney Tunes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah.
That's good. Yeah. We're showing that we are
Yeah.
too hip and cool.
Yeah.
We need to touch some grass.
I was considering touch some grass in
Yeah.
Yeah. There are
Like-
things that you didn't like.
Yeah, I don't totally dislike it, but at the same at the same time, it's not anything I would ever let come out of my mouth. I'm never going to say to someone,
Go touch grass.
Touch grass. No.
I feel like I speak in too many phrases.
So my biggest saying that I've been using lately is can't shoot a moving target. I say that about everything. Someone's just on fire. If it's an older person that's just still got it, I'm like, look at him, can't shoot a moving target. Today, my neighbor was on the roof working, and I was like, can't shoot a moving target. Like, I just say it so much.
Is that what that means?
It basically means, like, if somebody's just, like, going, you can't bring them down. Like, you can't stop them. Like, I would always say that about my Nana. She never stopped, and that's why she just was like, boom, boom, boom. I always have that mindset of, if I'm just going, and just doing my thing, I'm good. Can't stop me.
No.
But if I'm, like, slowing down, then that's where you're going to get me.
I have to look this up. Have you heard this before, or did you make this up?
I think I heard it from my Nana. Maybe. No, it was someone in my family. I have to find out. But I've been saying it to my family lately, and like nobody.
So this is what I thought when you said it at first. When I thought who you were going to describe.
Yeah.
I thought you were going to say it like you were making fun of people, like they can't do anything well.
Oh.
So it says it refers to the difficulty of achieving a goal that is constantly changing or shifting, making it impossible to pinpoint and succeed at. It just shows your character that you've been like complimenting people like, you go.
But yet they're like, you just literally came out with
You're just looking at people, can't shoot a moving target. Good for you.
And that's genuinely been my mindset for like the longest time in like a positive way.
That's a door.
I'll change it.
Door. No, please don't.
Because it makes sense what you're saying.
No, I'm saying I'll change the meaning of the word, maybe.
Oh, yeah. Trendsetter.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Okay, please do. Yeah. If you're listening, start complimenting.
Look at her go.
Exactly.
Can't shoot a moving target.
She's the moving target.
Just like when me and Michelle almost got a gun. Well, we did get a gun pulled on us.
Yeah, we did.
You know.
What?
He couldn't shoot a moving target. Did we never tell you the story?
No.
Oh.
Our shooter.
Well, he couldn't shoot a moving target, that's for sure.
No, he could not.
So me and Michelle were driving.
We actually got frozen yogurt.
Yes. Oh my gosh. So we got frozen yogurt and we had gone to the gym, right? We probably were like healthy, rewarding ourselves with frozen yogurt, right? Million toppings, whatever. And then just driving home, I was driving Michelle and came to this weird intersection where it's like a stop sign and then a yield sign. So, and it's weird. And then there's somewhere where a car can kind of like just come right around. Typically they'd be going the normal speed, but this car was like speeding. So he was just whipping up. I stopped because I'm like, you know, even though I had every right to go because nobody was around me when I started going, I still made sure that, you know, an accident wasn't going to happen. Instead of kind of stopping, he literally stops, rolls his window down.
Yeah, like fully stops his car right in front of ours.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah, and just rolls his window down and he's just like holding a gun at us. And like stupid me, I'm like leaning forward. I'm like, Victoria, is that a gun?
And then
you never told me this before. When did this happen?
We were like, it's like 2018.
Yeah, we were like 17.
Oh. Yeah. Immediately, I was just like, nope.
Yeah.
And then Michelle got down, which I don't blame you. I mean, why wouldn't you? But I couldn't because I was driving. So I like skirt like right around him and I went down.
How you didn't hit him?
I know. I somehow got like right around him. I just went for it and then went down this one way that just went right back on the highway to home. And then we were like, oh my gosh, we need to call the cops. And Michelle just like...
This is where our personalities really show in an emergency. So we need to call 911. I call, but words weren't coming out of my mouth. So poor Victoria's driving. She just saved my life yet again. Skirted around the car. Is just booking it on the highway. All I have to do is call 911 and tell them what happened. Not a single word was coming out of my mouth. I was like, gun. And they're like, what?
And I said, give me that.
Victoria's like, give me the phone. So Victoria, like, as she's driving, speeding down the highway away from this guy, she's like telling the police what happened.
Michelle's like shaking.
Yeah.
No, I definitely was too.
Fight or flight, I freeze. But Victoria takes charge.
Hey, we all have our strengths.
Yeah.
But
can't shoot a moving target.
That's where it really came from. Wait, the best part of the story, though, the Dalmatian.
Yeah.
That was like a size of a Great Dane. So the kicker of this, sometimes when you're in a situation like that, some little things that are happening on the side aren't really front of mind. And so you don't think about them until later.
Yeah.
And so what that was as we were going probably like 70 down a one-way, that's not even the highway.
Side street.
we all of a sudden had to come to a halting stop because there was a person in a wheelchair, an electric wheelchair, with their dog like walking beside them.
Their Dalmatian.
A Dalmatian the size of a Great Dane.
And it's pitch black outside.
It's pitch black. They were in a tie-dye shirt, though. That's probably how I saw them. And I remember that perfectly. And we literally went from like 70 to like 25, like immediately. But so in the moment, I don't remember that. All of a sudden, we get back to the house. Once the adrenaline's down, we're like,
Yeah.
the Dalmatian. Like we were just.
I'm pretty sure that we like called each other that night and it was like, did you notice the Dalmatian? And we were like hysterically laughing. We could not stop.
Oh, we could probably go back in the texts and like find those. But yeah, it was just funny because, you know, the last thing we're thinking of is that. And then we were like, oh, we gotta, you know, still gotta yield to the people. Yeah.
What did your parents say?
We went to my house first and I was crying. And I think it was more because my parents didn't know where I was. Because they just thought we went to the gym, but then like it was a last minute decision of going to get frozen yogurt. So it was more like, wow, this could have been so much worse and they had no idea where I was. I don't remember their reactions, to be honest.
I think they just wanted us to, like, once we were in the house, they were like, you're good, you know. I think they realized like we weren't being followed or anything.
Yeah.
So they were just more trying to calm you. No, I'm just kidding. Calm us down.
And
how about you?
They doubted that it was real.
I know, honestly.
I
That's the thing.
still, like, I'll bring that up. They're like, are you sure that happened? And I'm like, yes. I was traumatized after that.
I know.
What is it like? It was like a pistol?
It was like a handgun.
Okay.
And he was in one of those, like, the Ford-looking old-school cop cars, kind of.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? There's also a Mercury version of it.
So do you think he was trying to like pretend to be a cop? There's those people who go around with fake cop cars and they put the lights on.
No,
and
but it didn't look like enough like a cop car.
No, it was like a dark red or something, but it just looked like one of those ones. But he was in the driver's seat and extended his hand over the passenger seat to point it out of the passenger seat window. Because we're just looking forward. I'm like, did I hit him or something? But once we leaned forward, then we saw it.
So one time, someone I know was driving and they were in the country, like back roads with other people, coworkers, and someone stopped. I think like drove in front of them, slammed on their brakes, and got out of the car and tried to initiate a fight. And the person I knew who was in the situation, they decided obviously not to get involved. The guy eventually ended up driving off. Down the road, they see a cop. So they pull over and they tell the cop what just happened, but he didn't seem very interested in pursuing it. A few days later, I want to say we saw on the news that this guy had gotten into a road rage incident with his kids in the car and shot someone in the stomach.
No.
Lo and behold, it was the same guy.
Stop it.
So he was looking to kill someone, I guess. And, you know, had they gotten out of the car and interacted with him, it's possible they would have been shot and killed.
That's scary.
So the cops actually then ended up calling, like, what did you see? All this stuff. And I think they took a picture of the license plate and were able to geotag it, like the picture had the geotag.
Wow.
And were able to like use that to narrow down that it was the same person that did that.
Oh, wow.
But yeah, this guy had his kids in the car and was like interacting with people this way.
What do you think made the people that you're talking about, like what disarmed the guy that they took? Like what actions do you think they took that saved them?
Oh, I think they just didn't interact at all.
Okay.
I don't think they even tried to go around him. I'm not sure. I forget. But I think they actually just stopped. They did not interact with him at all. Like he was screaming outside the car trying to get them to come out, and they just stayed in the car and refused to like give in to his behavior.
Wow.
Yeah.
I don't know where we started from.
I think this all started from moving a shooting target.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Moving a shooting target.
Can't shoot a moving target.
Yeah.
Yeah. And both of these stories ring that saying true.
Yeah.
Well, wait.
Can't shoot a relaxed target either.
Can't shoot a non-confrontational.
Oh, yeah, non-confrontational. You either want to be non-confrontational or on the move. But there's no in between.
Exactly.
Oh.
Yeah.
One.
Pretty much.
One.
Pick one and hope for the best.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, now we're going to go on to a little segment that we're going to call Are You the Exception or Are You the Rule? And we're going to go through some basic things that most people enjoy, and we're going to discuss whether we enjoy them, if we're the rule, or if we're the exception and we actually don't enjoy them. After this episode airs, there will be a poll on Spotify and there'll be a poll on Instagram. And you guys can tell us if you felt like you were more so the exception for these things or if you felt like you were more so the rule. I'll start with the first one. This category is more for the girlies.
Mm-hmm.
So the guys will have some coming up. So pumpkin spice.
No.
Rule.
Okay, yeah. See, so my thing is
Ooh.
I don't really drink coffee anymore.
Same.
But if I did and it's October, it's pumpkin spice.
No, there's so many flavors I would go to before a pumpkin spice.
Have you ever had the Starbucks pumpkin spice
Yeah.
latte? Okay.
I just don't enjoy it.
That's fine then, yeah.
This is my only thing. So I know me and Michelle both thoroughly enjoy ourselves a shamrock shake when
Yes.
the season comes. I feel that way about it. Like, I'm not picking the minty thing usually,
Yeah.
but I feel like I have to get it at least once.
Okay.
And that's how I feel about pumpkin spice.
yeah. I think I'm just not really a fan of like cinnamon, and
Okay.
that's what it reminds me
So
of.
that's not a flavor
Yeah.
for you.
No, it's no.
Okay.
True crime documentaries to relax. I do that.
Yeah.
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 No, not at all. I can't
The
even
exception.
be bothered.
I love a good true crime.
Oh, yeah.
Well, wait,
Mystery.
hold on. Okay, sometimes my mom is watching like Dateline. That's like a true. Okay,
Yeah.
like, and I like watching. It's like I'll get into it, but I will never watch it on my own. I won't be able to sleep at night. I just feel like if I put that into my head, I start like tweaking out.
Okay.
That's
Yeah.
just me. But
I might do those things too.
Yeah.
I still can't help myself.
Yeah.
Next is Stanley Cups. Are you a Stanley Cup lover or
No.
No. I'm loyal to my Yeti.
I'm not loyal to anything. Why did we say we have to carry on these jugs of water? So when did that become popular? I'll take a glass when I need it.
Yeah.
emotional support water bottles? Maybe. I
Do
don't know.
people even drink all that water half the time? I know there's going to be people like, oh, I love drinking water. I always drink all my water. But honestly, the majority of people that carry that big thing around, do you think they're really even finishing one of those in a day?
Victoria does not.
Well, so if I use it, I do, but I'm not going to lie. I buy a Stanley, and I have two, so I'm not saying I do this all the time. But when I've bought Stanleys, I love it. I take care of it. I baby it. I clean it, everything. And I drink all the water in it. But then I let it sit, and it gets like mold and stuff. So two of mine have like little mold spots that I can't get rid of right now, so I just don't touch them anymore. And I'm just back to drinking plastic water bottles.
That's
Sorry, I know
another
that's
thing.
wasteful. I'm sorry.
I'm going to say most people, I'm sure, have the consciousness. That's not the right word. Most people understand they need to like wash those out.
Mhm.
But I do know people who I consider very clean people who have realized that that thing was full of mold. Not necessarily
yeah.
Stanley, but there's other types
Yeah.
of water
Stanley,
bottles.
I can't do like a straw.
Yeah,
I don't like drinking from straws.
Like, I think we underestimate how quickly that thing starts to build up.
Oh, yeah. It doesn't take long, like, because I feel like if I'm filling one up every day, drinking it, the water's moving, right? So nothing's really sitting. But if I was to let it sit in my car for like a week, forget it. I have mold and now it's not scrubbing off.
And I don't think it even takes that long, to be honest.
Really? Yeah. Especially because I'll put like electrolytes in. So I think
Oh, yeah.
that'll like crystallize and turn into mold faster. Yeah. So I have two Stanleys right now that I don't use. So as much as I love them, I need to find something that can keep up with my lifestyle of not consistently washing it, which is just a plastic water bottle that I drink and throw out.
Paper cup.
Paper cups.
No, but I only like the taste of Poland Springs water.
You don't?
I only like Poland Springs water.
Oh, interesting.
Like, we have a water filter at home, and I stopped drinking water for like a week, and I got so dehydrated that my vision was getting blurry, like all this stuff. No, I'm not even kidding. And I just could not stand the taste of it. It wasn't even that bad, but I just could not do it. And my mom was like, you need to drink water. And I was like, I'm going to the store to buy bottles. So ever since, I've just been buying like a case of waters that
I'm
I
a
just...
Poland Springs person.
Yeah.
And I don't do it, so I'm not judging you. But there's more eco-friendly, I guess, ways, because you can get like the jugs
For sure.
instead of each like plastic bottle. But I've never done.
Exactly. And I might switch to that eventually, like taken the training wheels off, maybe going back to other types of water.
Yeah.
Like if I maybe poured that into my Stanley once it's clean, and then maybe I don't know if Poland Springs has no, I don't know. They wouldn't have filters. That does not make any sense. You get your own little spring.
Right off the mountain. And it's a little line that comes all the way down to your house.
Yes. Poland Springs, we're giving you ideas.
So this just made me think about this topic. I don't understand people who drink expensive water that doesn't taste good. Evian?
Yeah, no.
I'd rather drink stuff, I won't say out of the toilet because that's really gross. But no.
Yeah, Dasani.
Well, Dasani is...
I hate Dasani.
Dasani, though,
is disgusting.
Dasani, at least, though, is like a cheap, just purified
it's just
water.
gross.
It's not trying to be fancy. Like,
that's true.
Fiji water, it doesn't taste any better.
No.
And you're paying like $50
Yeah.
this bottle of water.
I feel like admitting something.
What?
I'm not afraid of tap water. I will drink any tap water.
Oh,
okay.
I have and I will.
Huh. Well, we'll see how your health
I know.
is in a few years.
It's just there.
Yeah. No,
I'm curious what the tap water tastes like.
I mean, when you think about it, it can't be like unless you were drinking it only tap water every day, always. That's different, I guess. But if you're just having it sometimes, and honestly, when you go to restaurants, a lot of times it's tap water. If I have to take like a pill or something and I only have the sink near me, I'm drinking the sink water. I'm not going to the kitchen to get water. But I wouldn't choose to drink it. So you like choose to drink it?
Yes.
How often?
Every day.
Don't you have like a water filter or like a water bottle? I thought you did.
Yeah, we usually have like big jugs, but
okay. So it's a solution for you.
Huh.
I'd just take the tap water.
I think what doesn't kill you makes you stronger.
Yeah, I think that's why I'm never sick.
Can't shoot a moving target.
Exactly. Tap water hasn't gotten me yet.
I mean, I wouldn't do that in like maybe if you went on vacation, like, and you didn't know.
Not another country.
Okay. Yeah, because that could get scary.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe stick to the bottles.
Yeah. Except in Aruba and Curacao, I drink the tap water because they filter it
Okay.
Nice.
from the ocean.
But like
That would be...
the cruise, I drank that tap water.
Oh, where was that coming from? That's probably just recycled water.
Yeah.
Oh, Michelle, you are...
Take that out.
Oh, I did too. No, I did too. Because one night I was like really dehydrated and I put a full liquid IV packet, you know how full those are, into a tiny, like, how big were those little cups? I was just like chewing salt.
Ew.
But I drank it. But I figured like it drowned out the taste of the tap water, but I couldn't get out of my head that I was drinking the cruise tap water. But you got to do what you got to do. Yeah.
All right. Next basic thing, using Pinterest for everything.
Oh, yeah.
I do.
I would say I love Pinterest. I don't use it as much as I used to. Now I primarily use it for like dinner ideas, and I don't even do that as much.
Victoria was the one who just got me back onto Pinterest. It's when I deleted all my social media that was like filling the void.
You were thriving off Pinterest?
I was. Pinterest actually has very good memes. It has everything you need.
Never thought you'd come around to saying that.
No, I know. And then it filled the need to scroll, and it was just more satisfying things to look at. So I do try to use it more, but I catch myself making boards for everything.
It's fun. So it was a couple years ago. I just decided to delete all my social medias, like cold turkey. So I deleted like Instagram, TikTok, Snapchat off my phone for like a year, and all I had was Pinterest. I would just, same as Michelle, I would just use it to scroll through, and it did like fill that void of just scrolling, but instead of seeing other people's stuff or like kind of getting overwhelmed by that or whatever, it was like just stuff that I wanted to see.
Yeah.
I also feel like on Instagram or other social media, I don't know why. I feel like Pinterest is overwhelmingly positive usually.
Exactly. I always feel good after scrolling.
I don't feel like it's a place for negativity.
No.
Yeah.
Because it really caters to you and like what you want.
Yes.
And just like things that bring happiness.
Yes.
I love Pinterest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's very custom to you. There are people on there like models, this and that, whatever, but it's very custom to you to where it's like someone that kind of represents you. For example, I don't know. It's hard to explain, but you can take a picture of somebody else and be like visualizing this is what I want, and it fits into your board. It's still them, but it's not in a negative comparison type of way.
Yeah.
It's in a more inspiring vision board type of way, I think.
Yeah. It's definitely
it's fun.
different than the algorithm of Instagram and TikTok.
Yeah.
Because it leaves you feeling better.
Yeah. Highly recommend. Make Pinterest popular again.
Yeah.
Not that people don't use it, because I think it's never been like irrelevant. It's just changed.
Yeah.
In what's more popular. Should we do our next one? Ugg boots.
Never owned them. I remember the day I was in 8th grade, and I remember this girl. She's like, I'm gonna get Ugg boots, and I was like, what are you even talking about? Like, the word Ugg was weird. I was like, what? And she's like, I'm gonna get Ugg boots, and I'm honestly almost kind of annoyed. I'm just like, what are you talking about, Ugg boots? Like, that sounds so stupid.
Yeah.
Then they that girl was trending. I'd like to know where she is in life now, because she was on top of the trends. No one else was talking about Ugg boots. Only her. Yeah, maybe. And then everyone started wearing Ugg boots. They've never been on my feet. Ever.
Wow.
Never owned a pair of Ugg boots. Never have desired to own a pair of Ugg boots.
No.
It's possible it all came from that first interaction where I was like, ew.
But you are also the type of person that wears Birkenstocks in the winter.
Yes. True story.
Yeah, both of you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't see either of you in like any kind of boot.
No.
Well,
Keep your foot warm.
I wear my Doc Martens a good amount, and then my like boots and stuff. But yeah, I don't think I've ever owned Uggs either. I think my sisters always had them, and then I just would wear theirs sometimes. I think I used to want other things more than that. So if my mom was getting us like a gift or something, they would get that, and I would just get something else that I wanted more.
Cookbooks.
Yeah, cookbooks, encyclopedias.
Trays for like cake pops and everything.
Oh, yeah, that's fun.
I definitely had Uggs in middle school, but that was it. I don't own Uggs now.
Okay.
Yeah. Wait, can I tell a side story?
Yeah.
Okay, just because it got me thinking of like the gifts thing and kind of with siblings too. So I don't know if you guys can relate to this, but did you feel like sometimes your siblings would get like really cool gifts from family members and then you'd get like something really weird, or no? Okay, so this is probably a unique experience, but my Nana, she would always get us like similar gifts sometimes, just like different colors, maybe like cute little things when we were younger. But then one year she got my sisters this really cute gift, and I think she might have gotten me it too, but in my gift were toe separators, like gel toe separators to wear at night to keep your toes from crossing. And this was because she herself had a really bad hammer toe, like fully crossed over the other. And so I got toe separators. I remember everyone's like opening their stuff, and I was like, oh, and it was just toe separators. And they were honestly really nice. I should have worn them more because I lost them. And since my toes actually one of them has started to turn a little bit, it's not looking good. So I should have stuck with them. Maybe I'll order some, but that was my gift.
Get them now.
Wait, why do you think Nana chose you?
She knew.
She knew.
She saw where things were going.
She saw that big toe turning.
She did. Yeah. She was like...
And how old were you?
Probably like 10.
You have her feet, though. I can see it.
Yeah, maybe that's it. She's like, I know those feet anywhere.
She said, I know those big feet sticking into those small shoes are going to create problems down there.
Yeah. The next one is brunch.
Love brunch.
I love brunch.
Oh, I'm definitely the rule.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Get me a mimosa, an eggs Benny.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Bottomless.
Huh. Bottomless both.
Yeah.
Crossbody bags.
I do. I own a few.
I think I maybe went through you know what? No. I was going to say maybe I went through like a year of wearing a crossbody bag. I think I had a bag that could be crossbody, and I never wore it that way. That's like so not my thing.
No, I don't really use it anymore.
Yeah. My Lululemon fanny pack, like that's technically a cross, but I wear it as a crossbody.
That's a little different.
But that's different.
Oh, that's what I thought the crossbody bag was.
I'm thinking like the chain one.
Yeah. When I think of crossbody bag, I think like long chain, like it's down near your hip. The Lululemon is like sitting at your chest, right? Like, yeah. The bag.
Yeah, I'm thinking of like the like the 2013 trend. Like,
yes.
Oh yeah, I definitely had those.
Like little purse
at a time
to a long chain.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I never did that, and I don't wear the crossbody Lululemon. I think I have like sensory issues. Not sensory issues, but like
when it lays across.
Yeah, I'm a little hemmed in.
Well, sometimes I'll have one on and then I'll get into the car and it already feels like a seatbelt.
Yeah.
And then I go to put the seatbelt on. It feels like I have 2 seatbelts on.
Yeah.
And I just take it off so quick. I'm like, even if it's a 5-minute drive to the store, I need to take this off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How about claw clips?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I like my claw clips.
I
Mhm.
want to like them, but in reality, it's a rarity. Like my hair is functioning in a way that would look good in a claw clip, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I just
Okay.
lose them a lot. That's my problem.
It's crazy, though, how I lose them a lot, too. But, like, it should be hard to lose because
Yeah.
it's a
Right.
big claw clip. And, like, I do, too.
Interesting.
Yeah.
All right, everyone. That wraps up the first part of our discussion. Are you the rule or the exception? Join us next week for part 2.
Little Sisters, Big Opinions, the podcast of stories, chaos, and spilling the tea because no one's safe when you're the last of 3.